All right, so this is Justin, and we're back, and we're lucky enough to have Polk, right?
Polk, yes.
Yep. And Polk, tell me a little about what brought you here to come talk with us.
Well, to be honest with you, my days have been draining, and I haven't had a good routine, and I saw the tent here, and I was curious of what it was, and then when I heard it was the mission, I was more than anxious to help because I feel that your guys' mission is very, very, very important.
So, Polk, one of the big things we're doing here is we have this sofa, and we want people to understand what it is to be homeless and bring homeless awareness out there so that we can be progressive and move people in the right direction. So, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Were you homeless in the past?
Yes.
Okay, and so when you were homeless in the past, what was it like being homeless?
Total desolation, total frustration, indignation, and shame.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions because a lot of people have these myths out there of like what someone is that's homeless and what they experience. So let me ask you a question. Was drug addiction a big thing when being homeless?
Yes.
And so why were you using the drugs, or why would people that were homeless use drugs?
Just the feeling of their life was hopeless, and that the only thing that brought that hope back in was using drugs.
So you felt down, depressed, and the only thing that made you happy or made you feel like, hey, I can get through this day was using the drugs.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then they asked the questions about, a lot of people say that, homeless individuals are lazy, right? That they don't care, they just want to do what they want to do. Tell me a little bit about that. Would you consider someone that's homeless lazy?
Negative. I would consider someone who is constantly high lazy. That's what can happen when you're homeless.
So what would make someone that's homeless not lazy?
More activities, better shelters, and more activities that they can be actively involved with.
Okay, so here's one thing that I find very interesting, right? So when we move, right, when some of us are moving, it's stressful, right? We have to get all of our stuff packed in the back of a pickup truck or back of a moving truck. You got to get the house cleaned up. You got to get all your affairs in line, the money issue taken care of. But we only do that for about 6 months of the year, and then you move into your new apartment or new house, and you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Someone that's homeless is moving every single day.
Like I have.
And so explain a little bit about that, moving every day.
It wasn't moving every day, but it felt like it. I was moving at least every week to different places just to survive.
So it's stressful.
That's not the word. It's I hate to use the word, but it can get to the point where it's suicidal.
Okay. So let me ask you a question.
And I don't like to use that term.
No, I understand. But let me ask you a question about, would you say survival is a good word?
Absolutely.
And so you're living in survival mode almost every day?
Every single day.
And so when you're making decisions as someone that's homeless or living homeless, your survival's taking over.
You're fighting.
Tell me about that.
Well, you're fighting self-loathing. You're fighting shame. You feel that your life has gone absolutely nowhere, and then you see everyone around you homeless also, and it brings you back down. And then the negativity just runs crazy when the culture meets.
This is the reason why we want people to understand, right? Because every person that's experiencing homelessness has a story. And your story is different from the next person, which is different from the next person. But homelessness doesn't define you.
No,
right?
it doesn't.
And what I mean by it doesn't define you, tell me where are you right now? Are you homeless right now?
Today, yes.
Okay.
I have 3 places that I'm going to be looking at this week, and I plan on being with a home by Saturday.
So there's hope then at the end of that tunnel.
Well, I have different kind of hope. You got to remember one thing is, one, I have an education.
Okay.
I have a teaching degree.
Okay.
2 is I make $1,000 a month from the Social Security, which
Okay.
other people don't.
Okay.
Some make $200-300. And in an age bracket, what happens in Social Security is these young guys make $200-300 a month, thinking it's easy money, drug money, and it's just never enough. I get $1,000 a month, and I finally learned how to maintain my bills.
So almost like a budget, right? Keeping a budget.
Absolutely tight.
Awesome. So Polk, it sounds like you've taken from one level to the next level, and you made yourself better.
I'm trying.
That's all we can do, right?
I do have a lot of support here, believe it or not.
That's good. That's good.
And today I met some new friends.
That's what we're here for. I'm glad about that. So is there anything else that you want to share to tell people a little bit about yourself, or something about homelessness that you just want to get out there and tell someone?
Yeah. I'd like to tell people whose family are struggling with homelessness, if they have the money and resources to help with money, don't give them cleaning products and hygiene products and dental floss. We need money, and it's sad to say, but that's what makes the world go round, and a lot of people are going to die this winter because they're broke.
Polk, I appreciate it. We're here at Keystone Mission. We're going to try to help them save every single life we can out there. And I heard that you want to come down and help us down there.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to have you. You're a good man, Polk. Just remember that we care about you, and we'll be praying for you.
Well, I care about you guys, and you guys have been great, and I will be down.
I appreciate
that. The breakfast is one motivation.
I appreciate that.
And I do want something meaningful to do, and I lost purpose when I went to prison.
Yep.
I lost purpose in life because my son was killed, and my daughter hates me now because, you know, of her feeling I'm responsible.
Well,
so
understand this. We love you. We'll help you get through, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Okay, guys.